Hey guys, I'm MG, and today will be the last reviewing video of all these Dr. Seuss specials, because today we are looking at the Hoober Blood Highway, Pontoffel Pock, Where Are You, and the Butter Battle book, that were all written by Dr. Seuss. Most of these actually did not come from books, which is a little weird, but oh well. Anyways, we're not here to talk about books. We're here to talk about these unrelated Dr. Seuss specials, so let's talk about the first unrelated special. The Hoober Blood Highway is a 1975 animated musical special. It was directed by Alan Zaslove and written by Dr. Seuss. This special has Bob Holt portraying the main character, Mr. Hoober Blood. Now it's time to answer the big question. Does Bob Holt do a good or bad job in this film? He is actually alright. Now yes, it's not the best thing in the world, and I'm sure there would have been better voice actors out there. But for what it's worth, it's solid. Like, he puts actual effort into making the characters sound enthusiastic and compelling. So, good work there, Bob. And I also enjoyed watching Mr. Bloob show the baby about what real life is like. Mr. Bloob is a bit entertaining, thanks mostly to Bob Holt's performance. So yeah, more enjoyable characters please. I also think that the set pieces are really entertaining, with good musical numbers, and the creative animation really helps to make these scenes stand out in this film because of how good it looks. However, this is probably the most non-existent story out of all these specials, except maybe Dr. Seuss on the Loose. You see, whether a story is good or plain, at least some other specials had stories. With this one, it's just a collection of set pieces with nothing really else to add to the narrative. And throughout the film, the more the film progresses, the more tedious it gets, thanks to its repetitive structure. So I think this should have a more complex structure than having just enjoyable set pieces as its structure. But Bob Holt does a good performance, Mr. Hoober Blood is likable enough, the set pieces are really enjoyable, the animation is extremely diverse, and the songs are quite catchy. Overall, this really had good potential to become good if it would not have been repetitive and if it would have a complex structure. But I would recommend watching this at least once. 6.2 out of 10. Now, let's talk about the second unrelated special. Pontoffel Pock, Where Are You is a 1980 animated musical television special. It was directed by Gerald Baldwin, who directed the second Grinch special, and written by Dr. Seuss. This special wins the award of the first bad film media reviewed in this channel, because yeah, this is a pretty bad film, in my opinion. That's not to say it doesn't have anything good in it, because there are a couple of things I like in this. Like, the animation is pretty good, and definitely helps to add character in the settings. The main character is okay, but I didn't feel any connection towards him, and didn't impact me at all. And the chorus do a pretty good job of singing the songs they are in. Lastly, the songs are not that bad. The push-pull song and its reprise are very fast, but it's not the worst. I Had Failed and the house song are not awful, but I would rather not listen to them. The piano song is annoying. The Grugan song is decent and catchy. The free song is not bad. The Gummy Gun is actually pretty good with its good lyrics and a great tonal shift in this film. The I song is a bit underwhelming, and the Where Are You is actually entertaining, despite it being too fast. But this special has quite a lot of issues. The biggest one is the voice acting. Everyone except the chorus do an atrocious job, and they even ruin some songs. Wayne Morton sounds so off as Pontoffel that it actually distracted me from everything else in the film, which is not good. Hal Smith is very annoying and spoke way too loud in his voice performance, and Joe Raposo is not that bad, but it definitely won't live up to someone like Boris Karloff. So yeah, horrible voice acting. The story is incredibly repetitive and really makes the pacing slow because of the lack of meaning in the story. And the characters are either bland or annoying. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Nothing grabbed my attention outside of a couple of moments, and the voice acting is absolutely awful. So don't watch it. 3.4 out of 10. Now, let's talk about the last unrelated special. The Butter Battle book is a 1989 animated television special, and unlike the other two specials, this actually is based off the book with the same name. It was directed by Ralph Bakshi and written by Dr. Seuss. This is another bad special, unfortunately, but it's slightly better than Pontoffel Pock. Like, the animation is much better, and it returns the storyboard look from The Cat in the Hat. So that's at least there. The music alone is pretty good but lackluster. The songs are limited, but I like that since the songs aren't really good. And the final standoff scene actually creates some tension. So that's neat. But everything else is boring as script. The voice acting is just as bad as the voice acting in Pontoffel, because it sounds incredibly eerie, and is a bit underwhelming. The characters are very bland, the story is the most repetitive I've ever seen out of all these specials, and there's barely any substance to make this worthwhile. So don't watch it. 3.8 out of 10. Goodbye everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye.